SPY doing right now?
Let me take this opportunity to welcome all of our viewers on YouTube.
Yeah.
So, welcome to everybody out there in YouTube land. We are live with you here in the Bear Bull Traders Trade Room. Hopefully, you're having a good day. We did a little survey in our trade room.
Might get into Facebook short here. We'll see if it breaks.
We did a little survey a few minutes ago, and our traders were overwhelmingly green, or at least the majority, more than half were all green. Some were just watching, some were not having a great day, but that's good. The numbers have been going up steadily over the last little while, I've noticed, which I think is sort of cool that we get more and more traders who are green. So that's neat. Mike, I love it when you turn to look at the monitor behind you because of the way they overlay these pictures. It looks like you're staring into the face of the bull.
Dang.
I should turn to look at. I'm gonna look at the bear. Yeah. Now you know what it's like to act with a green screen. You have to, pretend what's happening. There's a bear chasing me.
Yeah. Facebook just did not want to make that break. It wanted to do a bounce back from it.
Yeah, Alistair, that's sort of why I like the picture of the bear.
Just wanted to take your money.
Bite my neck.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
I didn't quite get into it. It didn't break the lows, so.
Just give you a hickey there, Peter. Looking to give you a hickey.
just a little love peck.
little love nugget. Nudge.
Little.
Ah, okay. Huh. Well, let's just take a bow. What do we got?
Are they the trademarks?
Yeah, don't like that. Yeah, that is probably kind of weird, right? Looking at the bull. That is pretty interesting.
Staring it right in its eyes. You're not frightened. Bull can't.
Yeah.
You're afraid.
No, but I do not like the volume setup on Facebook anymore. I liked it going into it, and then it had that sharp pullback, kind of along with the SPY, but that was right at the 30-minute mark, though, too. So,
yeah, it's.
I don't like the descending volume. We're 54 seconds into it. Definitely didn't make as much volume as the last. I'll sit out of this trade.
That's a good question, Cliff. We do often talk about it moving with the SPY, or that the SPY is moving down, and that could be pushing the stock. You're right. The reality is that yes, a lot of the stocks we look at make up the SPY. Therefore, it's actually their movement that causes the SPY to move. However, when you're talking about
S&P
things in
futures
aggregate,
moving further lower now, 32.17.
I'll just turn off
32.18
Benzinga.
now.
So my apologies if you're listening to Benzinga News. But the stocks don't all move at the same speed, and sometimes you can notice that when the markets start to move, you get some laggards because for instance, let's say the market starts to strongly move downwards, but you're watching a stock that happens to be moving up. AMD might be a good example. It's been moving up the last few days. But when the markets start to tank, it might take a little longer to react, but then it starts to move down. So you can sort of look for indications. Even stocks like Apple and Microsoft, I find that it depends on the day. Some days they lead the SPY, they move first. Other days they're slightly behind. It really sort of depends on what is actually what their volume is, so what's driving the market activity. Either way, generally, it's more of just a directional indicator, meaning if I see the stock that I'm looking at moving one direction and the SPY is moving the other, that might be a warning sign to me that my stock might actually weaken, even if the signals are all strong on that individual stock, because that gravitational force, if you will, of the market could pull it in that opposite direction. So it's just something to be aware of. I wouldn't say you wouldn't, just because, like, if your stock is going strong but the SPY is weak, don't necessarily get out of your stock saying, oh, well, obviously it's going to go down. It might not. But if you're aware of it, you might be a little more cautious. And if you start to see weakness in your stock, you might take action faster than you would if it was moving with the overall trend of the market. Hopefully that makes sense. Why does my camera keep freezing? My goodness. I do not like this. Something to do with XSplit. Anyways.
Well, Peter's fixing his camera there. Let's just take a look at let's do a sector overview. Just take a look at some of the sector ETFs and see what's hot and what's not. So certainly technology taking a bit of a hit today with the communication stocks. That would be XLK and XLE down today, down about 0.9% and 0.8%. The XLY discretionaries down. Industrials kind of flat. The materials have really sold off today. Now the dollar kind of, after yesterday's harsh sell-off, it's kind of it's basing here. So I wouldn't say it's bouncing back, but it looks like we certainly oversold on the dollar. So I was kind of expecting we'd get a bit of a bounce here. But that is one of the big news events right now, is the dollar, this reserve currency weakness that we've been seeing for the last more than a week now, which has been one of the factors that's been driving gold, silver, and some of the materials plays up. So definitely materials taking a breather today after a big run. Energy is down, XLE. The staples, the consumer staples, are up today. Utilities, big sell-off first 2 days, and now a big bounce today. Financials really doing nothing today, and the real estate's the standout today. The XLRE,
wow,
the
steady
REITs.
uptrend here. On the 5-minute,
Yeah,
it's been going up.
Yep. Yeah, for some reason the REITs, and I know some of the home builders have been reporting Toll, and they've been reporting some pretty good and solid numbers. Good sales, I guess, with mortgage rates so low, it's probably driving home sales. So that is where we sit right now here. The REITs, the real estate, certainly the one to be in today sector. AMD is looking a little weakish here. Peter, you could take a short here.
Yeah, well, funny you should say that. I am already short.
There you go.
I was watching it for a while at the 68.20. I wasn't sure. After it bounced and then failed just like 2 minutes ago, I decided I would take a chance at it going short, and so far it's working out quite nice.
It's right. It's getting close to this previous day low, which is where I would expect it to bounce.
If it's
What
getting
is
any
that?
pullback, I'm going to take a partial here. I'm taking a partial here just in case. What are we?
Sort of
We've got 20
87,
minutes.
87, 82 is probably where if it gets there, it may not get there.
That's great. I got 3-1 on that partial, 30 cents, because I only had a 10-cent risk from 68.20 to 68.30. My partial, well, not quite. I guess I got 67.91 on that.
Excellent.
That was. Did you see? I posted a meme for you earlier. Did you see that? Here, I'll put it up again.
I didn't know.
There you
Nice.
Yeah.
Burns.
That could be me. Maybe in another 2 years.
go. You're gonna run a nuclear plant, are you?
Yeah.
For those on YouTube, we
So-
had a little Mr. Burns meme going on here. So
Yeah.
Brian likes to say excellent.
Excellent.
So let's. So what do we got for?
Yep.
Let's talk about earnings. We got 20 minutes to the close. Let's have. Let's do a quick rundown on what earnings we're looking for after the market
Got
closed.
AMD, I know, Starbucks today, Visa, and eBay. Those should be the ones after hours.
Yeah, we got a few. If you guys see here after the close, whoops, Mike has got them listed for us right here.
AMD will be interesting for sure.
Yeah.
Visa,
I think they're
Starbucks.
scheduled to report at 4:25 today, a little bit later,
Let's see here. Yeah,
which
425. So
I may just happen to be looking at while the doctor's talking to me. Just saying.
There you go. Yeah.
You what? You're not going to be like completely paying attention? Hopefully, they're not giving you some critical news.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
All right. We hope not.
All right. Well, let's see here.
Come on, AMD. Keep going down.
Do, 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 do.
Like a pull back to that, or a drop down to that 67.80 that you were talking about. I would target another partial if we get down there.
Yeah. My blood pressure is spiking. No, not the blood pressure spiking.
I don't think
Just
the
my ability to concentrate on things.
I don't think the online medical technology is that advanced that they could tell, unless there's something that you do that I'm not aware of.
Yep. So Facebook did break down, but I would have got stopped out of that trade as it pulled back after it broke pretty.
So there was no. The Fed was meeting today, but we didn't. There were no sort of announcements or anything. I think they usually come on the second day. Always makes me nervous holding gold through a Fed speak. It's something always. There's always something, some wild response to something.
I think we have a lot of
That's why I'm
stuff
pretty
going on
much
this week.
taken my. I've really reduced my size of gold and silver here.
Now, if you look at the economic calendar here that I've got up on the screen, there is Jerome Powell does speak. It looks like there's a press conference tomorrow at 2:30.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So. We
So
gotta
that's
go with
when
that.
things.
Nice.
That's when things get a little crazy.
Yeah. So be aware of that one.
We always like it when Jerome Powell speaks. You never know what the market's going to do.
Well, recently they've really just been going down every time, but yeah, anything could happen.
Anything. Almost anything.
It's funny nowadays how the markets react to things. Because I remember back, I started trading in the days of Greenspan? Was the name Lawrence?
Yes.
Greenspan.
Yeah,
Anyways,
Greenspan.
the irrational exuberance guy, and I just remember his whole speech.
Oh, yeah,
about
yeah. That was
the
him.
markets are in a state of irrational exuberance. And the markets are like, yeah, whatever, and they completely like sloughed it off and kept going for another week or two until they started to crack. But not like now where, if Jerome was to say something like that, the markets would react immediately. It's shows how things have changed. We got some fun for you in a few minutes. We'll be doing the member trade of the day, so something to look forward to. And then, of course, we will watch earnings after the bell, see what happens. Probably not stick around for all of the earnings. They're going quite late today, but we'll see the first few, see if something interesting happens.
Yeah, there should be some decent movement after the hours at least.
For whatever reason, my camera is frozen here. There we go. We're unfrozen again.
It freezes and then unfreezes, then freezes and
I
unfreezes.
know. It's this software we're using. It's not as robust as we would like.
It's touchy. It's touchy. What do I got? 10-cent spread on Roku. Nope.
You're thinking of trade? You've been watching Roku today. I didn't actually watch it. I know it was on a lot of people's list, but it's certainly bouncing.
I didn't trade it.
It's in a narrowing range here, sort of wedging in, flat bottom.
I really was looking for it to break 156 today. I thought I was going to try to break out of its previous day's close. And it went up there, went erratic, touched it, and then has pretty much sold off ever since.
Ouch.
So it had a lot of good levels between 155.40 and 156. I mean, there was Thor's tinfoil line, pre-market high, previous day close, and a high day on there. So I figured if it could get through most of that, it would probably make a nice pop up. But as you can tell, it's just selling off.
Yeah. Still keeping my eye on AMD, obviously, being in this trade. Hasn't done anything. It's jumped up and down. It hasn't come back to my break even, nor has it hit my target. So I'm hoping that this is...
it's just holding at that previous day low.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of doing what the SPY is doing, which is, again, at this sort of 321 level, 321.50.
Yeah.
But we may break down here now. We'll see. We're still in an established downtrend at this point.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it looks like the member trade of the day today.
Oh, whoops. How'd that happen? Well, yeah, sure. Let's do the member trade of the day. Go for it, Mike.
Oh, I just sick. I forgot to pull up that. I can't find where I wrote the name down. It's a long one today because on there. So I got to put there it is. Robert Nackey Jr. got the member trade of the day for a short on RCL. One of Peter's double tops. Got in on the almost mountain pass a little bit earlier than I think Peter would have gotten in on there. But took a partial right at a nice support level just to lock in the trade in a positive way. And then took partials all the way down. But for me, it was really the exit of it. Didn't wait for it to come back to break even. Saw the moving averages crossing, and it's starting to set back up to go up to VWAP, and he exited the trade there. So
Excellent. I like the look of that trade, actually.
So that's where we went. Yes, Master Chief, really, you were close. But the RCL, I really like, it's the whole trade concept to include that exit. And I really like how he took that, realized that the pattern was switching. It was no longer within the strategy he was going with, and exited that trade. So congratulations to him. And at that, I will say bye to everybody, to include everybody out on YouTube. I got to go attend a medical meeting here online. So I'm going to be watching the AMD while the doctor's talking to me. So I already got it set up right here next to the screen. So it kind of looks like I'm looking at
Well,
it.
that is hardcore.
So, so see everybody tomorrow in the chat room. You all have a great day.
Thanks, Mike. We appreciate that.
Yep.
Thank you, Mike. Good luck.
Thank you.
Bon chance. Oh, yeah.
Bonne chance, mon ami.
The SPY is heading lower. Bounced off 321 at this point. Again, we're just excuse me, we're just in established downtrend on SPY.
I've taken I have not taken a partial on AMD because now that it's dropped, it's just going. But I want to say I'm past the point at which I would normally take a partial. So at any sign of a pullback, I will take that partial, like about. All right.
There you go.
Okay, now I'm going to take a partial. Just I might as well lock that in.
Yeah, nice.
Okay. That was good. What did I actually get filled at?
Yeah.
67.64, it looks like. That's awesome. All right.
Yeah, good deal. Nice trade there, Peter. So, speaking about earnings, we do have earnings before the market open as well that probably want to be aware of. We've got Shopify, we've got Boeing, PayPal, which could also impact Square, but that doesn't happen until after the market closed tomorrow. GE is in the morning.
Yeah.
General Dynamics.
Yeah. Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify. GM, Garmin. So yeah, a few stocks, but the big ones obviously being Shopify and BA. And I don't know how many people watch General Electric now, but Spotify, you're right. Spotify's there too.
Sometimes GE can be good. I know, Norm says it puts him to sleep every time, but I don't mind watching it myself. So.
Well, it's definitely a slower mover, and it's a NYSE stock, which I don't really like to trade that much, but
right.
Boeing's still up on the day, but looks like it's about to go red here. It's really sold off pretty hard for the last half an hour.
Let's get my camera back in here. Mike had to drop off.
I can put myself up there.
I don't think I have you set up for a camera right now.
And I find that generally speaking, the NYSE stocks don't quite trade as cleanly. What?
Mike, you're still on with us.
Sorry, getting out.
Sorry. I was about to.
I think he was
But to
He said
shut
he
you
was
down
practicing for the doctor.
there. Yeah, I think so. There we go. We'll just pick them off.
Yeah, yeah. I just don't find it trades quite as cleanly as like. I mean, sometimes I feel like the market makers are playing games too. They'll make something look like it's breaking down, and then they'll false breakdowns, false breakups tend to happen more. So I just don't. I just, like I said, I just find they move a little less predictably.
This is going excellent. This is going excellent. This is a better trade into the close. Taking another partial here. 67.60. Now I'm going to hold the rest and we'll see what we get. Wow, for a 10-cent risk, I just got a 50 cents on that. 70 cents on that partial. That's pretty awesome. I think this is going to be my best trade of the day. In fact.
No, Evan, I always, I usually play the miners with ETFs like silver. Although I do like PAAS, Pan American Silver. I like that. That's a gold and silver play. That's really done well for me. I like on the Canadian exchanges. In my Canadian accounts, I'll do the Horizon Beta ETFs, HGU. Again, playing it just the sector rather than individual miners. There's just with miners, there's always a little bit of risk. I mean, there's country risk. I mean, you see some of these countries decide that after the companies come in and found a nice deposit, there's countries will come in and decide that they're going to take over the site.
What?
So
countries do that?
You know, they did. They actually, a funny one. One of the funnier ones was Briex.
Oh yes.
Which if people remember Briex, I think that was Indonesia, right? After they had touted that they'd made this massive gold discovery, the leader of, I think it was Indonesia, came in and said, "Oh, I'm interested in that. I think I'll take it over and put my daughter in charge."
That was that before or after the guy reportedly jumped out of the helicopter to commit suicide?
That was before it was discovered that it was yeah, I mean it was before it was discovered that it was there wasn't any gold.
Right.
It was all a big it was a bit of a scam. It's Jared, you were looking at Facebook for a swing. It's not. It's lost another buck here since that. Amir, I don't think it's any kind of a sign, other than people are, AMD's had such a big run. I think whatever they say is probably, it could be good, but it could sell off too, because it might be a sell the news event. There's a lot of good news baked into this already. If you look at the daily chart, it's just a monster. So people just may say, "Hey, that was a great quarter, good earnings," but a lot of the stuff is priced in, and take some profits now. So AMD, I never play stocks through earnings. I never do earnings plays, but this is going to be a wild one, I think, just based on how much it's already run.
I have, so I took a partial. I've got 10% of my size left. I'm tempted to hold it through earnings and just see what happens. I don't have a lot of room on it if it really goes crazy. There's the bell for the close. But
so with the ETFs for the actual metals, I mean, yeah, you can play them too, but if you look at the performance, of like a GLD, like a pure metal play versus like a GDX, which is a miner's play. If you look at the performance of the two, the miners will usually outperform the metals. It's a margin thing. So for every dollar the price of gold goes up, the bottom line of the miners go up probably 2 or 3-fold. So that's why. So what have we got here, Peter? AMD, Starbucks. What's happening?
Visa, I think, is
AMD's
the
not.
first one up to bat that we're really watching. That and Akamai, AKAM, although I don't normally trade that. They're at 4. FireEye, sometimes we've traded FireEye. That's also at 4.
Ooh, FireEye's popping here. FireEye has been. I keep hearing people, suggesting this is a good. Wow, did it ever? It went up to like 13.95, and now it's 14.07.
Oh my!
It's
Look at
jumping
that.
all over the place, but I guess this is looking pretty good.
Keeping an eye
High
on
back
it.
in early June, 14.22. Big spread on FireEye right now, so just be careful, guys. Aftermarket action.
Master Chief, at the moment I am. If it goes too crazy and spikes up too far above my break-even point, which is 68.20, I might just abandon it. But then I'll try. Maybe I'll get a couple of bucks on it. It's moved up so much in the last few days that I figure AMD. If I look at AMD and I look at a daily chart, feels like we could easily get down to 64 if people don't like what they hear, if not lower. Below 60 maybe. We'll see. There's this gap in here, right, between 64 and 62 that we'll see if it goes and fills, but yeah, I think you're right. I'm just hoping that, like, right now you can see it's moving up, so it may stop me out before earnings. I don't want to risk too much. I don't have a huge size or anything, but I want to give up the goodness I earned on that last trade.
So my big winner today was TSM, the Rising
Oh,
Devil
yeah?
trade again.
TSM, really?
Yeah, Rising Devil trade. Almost like I hesitate to say it always works because the next time I try it, it'll probably fail miserably. But it's just
Now,
it's
this one didn't,
re-
if I remember, and I'm looking at the chart here, it didn't really rise in off the open though, right? You just
no, so there's a sort of I would say there's a, what do you want to call it, a variation to the Rising Devil trade, and that's the one where it sells off first couple minutes, and I take a short on the first drop, cover quickly, and then it does the bounce. So I've been noticing that lately. It's these Rising Devil trades have been sort of a move to the downside right away, and then a pop back to the VWAP, and then a reshort. So I played that three times. I played the short at the open, played the bounce back up, and then reshorted again at the VWAP. Unfortunately, I didn't hold the second short quite long enough, as Master Chief likes to, as Master Chief happily pointed out.
Yeah, well, that's the story of your trading. You tend to be in and out quickly of
Yep.
things. You're not in
Yeah,
the long haul.
I don't like to stick around.
I don't like the fact that AMD is moving up here. It's the wrong way.
It's good to, yeah, Tony. Hopefully you took that one. Oh, good, awesome. Yeah, just kind of watch for that bit of a variation that's I've seen. It happened to another. It happened yesterday. I think it happened at. So I look back here to my trading journal.
It's back to my break even.
Oh yeah, look at it's popping now.
Yeah. Never let a green trade go red. I I know this is after hours, so I'm hoping for some magic in my direction.
Has AMD reported yet, or is it?
No, it doesn't report till another 20 minutes, supposedly.
Okay.
So there could be a lot of shenanigans that go on before that. So I sort of decided the 69 roughly. I was going to hold till 69, and it's if it loses, then it loses. Steve Mack, we haven't put one together, a video on the Rising Devil or the Fallen Angel. They're basically the opposite sides of the same trade. But yeah, we certainly could at some point. Should put that on the agenda.
I think there is videos on the Rising Devil.
Are there?
I know I've done a few.
Okay, well then there should be some out there. I don't think they're in the education center. I don't know where they are then. Do you know where they are? Wow.
No, I didn't trade TCOM. I didn't have it on my watch list.
AMD's all over the place here.
I traded TSM. I traded Kodak. I got that. That was actually a Fallen Angel trade for Kodak. That actually worked out quite well too. So it was really strong at the open. So I just put in an order in the pre-market to buy about 60 cents below where it was opening, just figuring there was gonna be some profit taking right away, and there was. Came down, hit my price, and then it just took off, and I was able to get out of it. And unfortunately, I didn't ride it long enough. But but I just like Peter mentioned yesterday, and with these you don't want to be the one that's called the greater fool, right. Because with these you're just you're kind of foolish for taking the trade, but you don't want to be the fool that's holding the bag. Starbucks had good earnings. I'm just looking at it right now. Here, it's just gone green. Yeah, it popped up. Oh, yeah. It's trading around 75 into the close, and now it's had a bit of a pop up here. 77, 77.25, the high.
My eyes on AMD. Made me nervous there. Popped all the way up to VWAP, but now it's back in a range I'm more comfortable with.
Yeah, I don't know.
Visa seems to have dropped a little bit. Have we announced on Visa yet? Visa. So Visa announced they beat on earnings and they barely missed on sales, it looks like. So not a lot of volume going on in Visa here, though. Really negligible volume. So
is Visa's an NYSE stock, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Starbucks narrows guidance.
It's amazing they're giving guidance.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, actually, no. They increased their guidance, and now I look at it. They narrowed it right because it was 15 to 40 cents. Now it's 18 to 33. So.
Okay. Well, they're trading near market high right now.
Starbucks looks like they beat on their numbers. That's interesting. They beat on both revenue and sales. That's impressive considering most of their stores have been shut for a good portion of the quarter.
Yeah, no kidding.
I guess people still want coffee. Every time I drive by, there's big lines, so I guess they're just hitting them through the drive-through.
Yep. Oh yeah. Well, so a lot of the stores are open now. They don't. They even let you come in.
Valentin, to answer your question, I use a dark background. I only put the light one because it presents better. But this screen that you're looking at is a light background. Everything else has a black background that I actually look at. So. If I was to show you here, I could show you. Like here's what my screen actually looks like. Those are what my charts look like.
I think Jared's one of Starbucks' premier customers.
Premier customer.
Yeah, apparently.
I've never understood it, but that's I'm not a coffee drinker, so I guess I'm not expected to understand it. All right, well, guys, let's. Sorry, Brian.
What is
just
ST?
quickly.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Jared's mentioning STX, which is, what is that? Seagate. Ooh, dropping. See a ding.
Oops, I gotta spell it properly. Hit the right keys on the keyboard here.
Oh, CC's. What's CC's? CC's coffee? I don't know what CC's is. Does that stand for something? Yeah, Seagate really taking a bit of a kick in here. So
doesn't normally trade
they
that
must
well, but maybe tomorrow with earnings it'll trade.
Community coffee. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Starbucks has gone red on the day again. I think FireEye will be interesting tomorrow too. PayPal's in. Did we say PayPal was in the morning tomorrow?
Yes.
So that'll be an interesting play to watch, PayPal and Square, because I know when Square reported, PayPal moved as well. So SPY seems to be moving up a little bit here.
Earnings Whispers site must be getting hit because I can't seem to load her up. It's taking a while.
Your AMD's back down to 67.90.
I see that. All right, guys, for everyone on YouTube, we're going to call it a day here. Thanks so much for joining us. If you want to join us, though, you're always welcome to join us in the room. Let me just show you. We do have opportunities for you to join, and you can try BBT. In fact, let me do... there you go. If you're interested in joining us, you can join us using the code ClosingBell24 for a $24 rate for a 1-week trial. Or if you're ready to commit, try the one-time payment lifetime option. It gives you 40% off the standard rate, and that's code Rockies40. We're actually going to be, it's not going to be around for much longer. We may not be having lifetime membership structure or options, but if you are a lifetime member, that will be guaranteed grandfathered for the rest of your life. So that one-time payment, you can get access to our room forever. So hopefully you will join us. And whether you join us or not, maybe give us a like if you like what you're seeing in YouTube. We'd appreciate that. Put your comments. We will always scan them and appreciate any feedback that you've got. Hopefully you'll join us for the pre-market show with Carlos and Norm tomorrow morning at 8:30. Have a good night, everybody on YouTube.
Hey, good night, everyone. Have a good one. And